Hey guys, Joey here again, and welcome to some Caspian border tank gameplay. This is my first game recording with dxtory, and you can really tell with some of the frame rates get kind of low at some points. So I suppose my rig isn't really ready for it yet. I have some more RAM waiting to put into my computer as soon as my motherboard gets here. So I just wanted to talk about some of the tactics that I used in this match, as well as some general tank tactics that I think of whenever I'm playing as a tank in basically every match. Now at this point we are about halfway through the round and we are losing by about 300 tickets. I started out in the US team, but I got switched to the losing team like normal, and I pretty much charged it on myself to save this game. So I'm playing pretty aggressively at this point, trying to get my team to push up to the B and A, but in a normal situation on this map you usually don't have to push as the Russian team to B and A. You can just capture the 3 bases on your side of the wall and hold them at the choke points. But we are, to me, not winning by enough at this point to just keep the 3 bases, and I wanted to ensure victory so we could push up to the other 2 bases and pretty much finalize our victory. But as you can see, I'm trying to keep them at B and keep them from coming across, but they're starting to come up this hill to D, and D was a really focus point for the entire round. So I'm trying to just protect me as much as possible from those rockets, and many guys on the enemy team were using lock-on rockets the whole game. Javelin spam galore, and it was getting so annoying. So I just kind of trying to focus on the NGs more than their armor. Because in the end, it is pretty much the NGs that can hurt you way more than the armor. Because you could have one tank and it's surrounded by about 10 engineers. So which one would you rather take out first? And I would definitely choose the engineers every time. Now this tank kind of took his mind off of me. I think my teammates were kind of distracting him, so I took the mind to kind of clear out this side of the hill and try to protect my base at D. And I was, in this pursuit, pretty successful the entire, at least for the entirety of this life. I really helped my team out, helped them defend D by keeping the numbers of enemies that managed to trickle up there as small as possible. And the entire round, as I fall off the bridge there, the entire round I'm trying to use this mountain, the mountain of D, as kind of a column to protect myself from the armor at B, because no one on their team pretty much figured out how to put those little barriers down so their armor can go through. I'm trying to protect myself as best from those javelins. The javelin guy on the tower, it really was spam all match, and it was so irritating. I'm looking around, trying to move back a bit, trying to get a sense of the situation and get a rep in. Always try to get those reps in as much as possible. Every second you get to breathe, if you're down on health, make sure you rep, because it really can save your life. Just 1 point of health can mean the difference between life and death. And they're trying to get through again, so I'm starting to focus on them once more. I fire at the guys in the tower and I pop APS to protect myself from a rocket that never actually came. And I'm not entirely sure what happened there. That helicopter seemed perfectly in health. It wasn't leaking any like sparks or anything that came out of it to tell me that it was disabled, so wasn't really sure what happened there. So here we go, trying to pillar this tank, try to protect myself, pop out, get a shot off, and roll back before his shell can hit me. But for some reason it always seemed to hit me. At this point I was like, oh come on. So I decided to hop out, give myself a rep back to half health. Just because that's about 2 more shells worth of life. And by the time I come back around, he's already distracted. I think he thought that I pretty much gave up, and he was getting distracted by my own teammates, so I decided to get the shells off to finish him. I get the disable there, and 1 more shot through the smoke. That's why I love the infrared sight. Whenever you're in a tank, the target acquisition time is probably one of the most important things. The white is so contrasting from the rest of the colors that it really helps with target acquisition unless you kill enemies as fast as possible. Also, that bonus is you can see right through smoke. The only problem is you're giving up zoom, which can help sometimes with long range enemies, so that's pretty much the only downfall to it. A little bit later, after a quick excursion to E to help protect it, I find this tank up on the hill. We both pop APS, and he's using the staff shell. But he goes behind that building. I thought I could get him, but I run into that truck. and I start thinking that I'm biting off a little bit more than I can chew, so I start doing the panic backup to protect myself once again. Those guys that came over in that Jeep managed to take that tank out, and I'm trying to snipe guys with the HMG, which is a very good long-range weapon I found. If you figure out the lead on it, you can dominate guys at long range, and always take out the guys with the javelins first, because if you kill them, that rocket will not hit you. The enemy helicopter comes in, easy one bang, and he falls to his death. He was trying to, I guess, try to do some kind of epic C4ing or something, but he fell to his death, and I'm starting to get attacked by the lock-ons once more. That's one of my favorite things to do whenever I play as a tank, is try to snipe down the air forces, because I found pretty much when you're in doubt, always go for it, because you never know when you're actually going to connect and take it out. I do one quick rep and decide to back off a lot, and I actually backed off at the perfect moment, because that was a Jihad Jeep that just rolled across the street. That was great timing, unintentional timing on my part, and I fall back once more to rep even more. A little bit later, I'm back up to my position in front of B, and I'm trying to kill some of the guys trying to put pressure on C. I get hit by an RPG, back off and try to see if I can find where that guy is, and to no avail, so I'm just scanning the horizon looking for enemies, because that is basically just what I'm trying to do, just defend this street and keep them from getting around here. Straw barely misses me, and I get dinged by a little grenade launcher. I'm not entirely sure if he thought he was going to manage to kill me with it, so at this point things are just starting to kind of fall apart. More and more engineers are appearing over the hill as I backed up. I know they were making their way over from B, and they managed to cap D finally from assaulting the middle, and that right there was a jet ram attempt, and unfortunately I got out of my tank, so it launched 50 feet away and I get killed, and that's that. That was a pretty good tank round for me. Other two times in that match I tried to get in the tank, I basically just got killed, so that wasn't... The other two times weren't as successful, so that's basically why I didn't show them. I also was using the PDWR that entire round, and that is a very good gun. I think I'm going to probably do a video on it at some point, so yeah, I'm probably going to go back to Shadowplay right now to record, because my frame rate just was not that great with dxtory. I think I do need a little bit more RAM to help my computer multitask, so 72 and 18 is a pretty good game for me, so if you guys like that, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and until next time, this is me, Yummy. Goodbye, and good hunting.